Hey y'all. So I wanted to actually make another follow-up video about this mother wound healing because y'all, it's been working on like other stuff too. So, like if you've seen my video from yesterday, this is just a little follow-up. Here are some additional stuff that has happened just in the past 2 days. Since doing this meditation that I did. Um, so my son, who he oftentimes does not always have the dynamic of child around me. Sometimes he feels like he wants to be like the in charge guy. Um, and so I notice a lot of times when I'm doing some of this work, one of the things that shifts in my life is how he reacts to me. And so usually when I pick him up from school, he's like very standoffish. He doesn't like want to run to me. Like I stand there and I like have my arms open, like, come here, lovey. And he's like, Mom, no, I don't want to give you a hug. Like he'll like purposely stay like 3 feet away from me. And yeah, so I basically was like, whatever, then I'm just gonna stand there and just not even care about a fucking hug if this is how he wants to be. Like, I was a little pissy, but because it's like the other kids, like my daughter's friends, when they run out the door, they usually run right up to me and give me hugs. Like, I'm pretty well known at the school, obviously, with all these kids. I'm in there, I like to show up to the parties, I like to show up to volunteer when I can. So I'm like, why do all these other kids, like, they're nice, but like my own son doesn't like want me, right? So he came up to me and gave me a hug. And I didn't see him when I did the meditations, like he was with his dad for that overnight, and then he goes right to school. So it's not like I seen him. I did the meditations, didn't see them. Then school comes. That's when I seen him again and he did. I'm like, "Wow. Okay." So I already told you how I met up with the guy who bought me these outfits, right? And then gave me money, and then we were going to have a little date. Um, we had a little date and it was nice. He seemed genuinely interested. Like we had a nice conversation, a nice hug. He gave me more money, gave me a vape, and got me my favorite drink. And this morning, he messaged me. He was like, "Good morning, beautiful. I hope you have a great day." Like, it was, nice. But let's get to my ex, yo. So you guys know that like one of my biggest mirrors is my, and I hate to even use these stupid ass labels anymore cuz like what the fuck is anything really other than just you yourself pushed out, but for the sake of labeling, it's my karmic twin. He's always the mirror that shows me exactly what I hate, usually. Sometimes things change between us. Sometimes we have a good few weeks. I have noticed on certain moon cycles, like when we were together, like living as a married couple in the same house, I used to notice that when Mercury retrogrades would come, we would just fight, 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 hate, hate, hate. We have not been together for 7 years. But we still have these cycles where we will, you know, come together sometimes and then get away again. um and he's one of the biggest indicators because he almost switches. Like he's either cruel and neglectful or he is serving me. So yesterday, and like I out of nowhere, right? I told you guys, out of nowhere, he's like finally gonna fix my car that's been sitting for 4 years. Um, did my yard, but not only that, right? Look at this. He said he brought me flowers. My favorite type of pink roses here. And he went to the gas station, I guess. He's like, oh, yeah, they had your favorite color pink roses. So I figured I'd get them. Like, oh, okay. But then after he did the yard and my car, and it was 90 degrees outside, mind you, he goes upstairs, and here I'm thinking he's just about to pick my kid up and leave after this. He goes upstairs and he scrubs out my whole tub. And I've had a thick layer of some grime on this fucking tub because it's been clogged again, even though I got new pipes. So I'm like, okay. Then this other guy who I sometimes talk to, who is only just ever only gonna be a friend, but he's like cool with that, you know what I mean? He's like a sugar daddy type guy, and he's super fun. And I met him through one of my friends, and like he would take us girls out, buy us all our drinks, drive us from place to place, and we just have a blast. And then he gets us home safely. And this dude's really nice, really cool, fun person to be around. Every once in a while we check in with each other. How's it going? What you doing? He's a traveler, so on occasion he's back in this area. And so on occasion, we cross paths, or, we're both happen to be free on the same night, and he'll like take us out for a good time, whatever. I hadn't heard from him in a couple months. We're not really close or anything, but he messaged me out of the blue and was like, hey, how's the summer looking? Maybe you want to do some traveling. And I'm like, like, okay, so like, I think my vibes are being changed. Something's changed with the way men are reacting to me. Instead of straight out ignoring me or just being assholes, they're like being nice. To say the one guy, he's never been rude to me, you know what I mean? But like, I haven't known him even long enough to even have that be a thing. But like, the big indicators here that something shifted is definitely my son and my ex. So I figured I would just share this information. Now, obviously, a lot of this stuff could be super random, and I'm not going to get too excited or think that, oh, my work is done, unless the guys that I really want start to react differently. And as it stands right now, my crush, one of them, he hasn't been hitting me up. He's posting on his Snapchat stories every day, but he hasn't been hitting me up. So, like, if he starts hitting me up, I'm gonna think, okay, there's something to this, right? There's a few that I would actually be very impressed with if I heard from them. However, for just overnight results, and like, to go back, the big indication with my ex is that 2 days prior to this, he was just being a complete asshole, talking about how he's too good to just come over and give me a foot rub, or like, fuck off. He really just wants nothing to do with me. Talk about how much I suck. Like, basically, oh, you're miserable and that's why you can't, he's like, da da da, basically, you can't manifest. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like, I was like in the hole. I was like in the rock bottom hole. And I can always count on this motherfucker to show me what I don't want to see, right? But that's how I was feeling. I'm like, I can't manifest. I suck. I really fucking suck. Like, this has been a long fucking journey here. And I've been looking into my human design. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not a manifesting generator. I am a projector. So if you look up anything, and this is going to have to be a whole nother video about human design. If you know anything about human design, a projector is a non-energy. I don't have my own energy. So I have to use somebody else's only with their permission to share and be in my field. This is why I'm very tired a lot of the time. Not only that, it's like I'm so much of a Taurus, and we are like phenomenally known for just sitting around, laying around, but like I like that. I'm not trying to change myself, but I'm just saying, like, on my own accord, my ability to actively manifest is not what I would want it to be. But I'll notice little dumb things, like cool things, but little dumb things. Like, so my friend, we were at this rave, and she like let me hit her vape, and she got in a whole nother state, right? And I'm like, ooh, I like this fucking vape. Dude, I shit you not. My other ex bought me the vape out of nowhere. He, like, for Mother's Day present. He's like, oh, here, I got you a present. Like, got me a card. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's that fucking vape. Like, so just me putting it out there, like, ooh, I love this vape. I want one of these. Like, that one time. 2 weeks later, boom. I'm not expecting anything. How was he to even know I even smoke? You know what I mean? Like, we don't even really talk. Like, and I go through phases of where, yeah, sometimes I like to, sometimes I don't. But I'm kind of in the mood to start smoking again. And I got my lavender, I got my mugwort, I got my organic Delta 8 CBD, and I got my rosebuds, which I am not gonna get that out. So I like to make like joints of that blend. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like really impressed. But yeah, as a general rule, I couldn't even argue with him. He's telling me that I suck, and he's telling me that I'm nothing but miserable and that I can't manifest. And that was literally exactly what I was feeling. I mean, I was at a rock bottom depression of hating my life. So yeah, like that's exactly what I was feeling. And I just basically agreed with him. And so he ended up giving me a foot rub and a back rub, and then like, he left to go to work. Next thing you know, I get a text. He's like, well, you should try manifesting today. It's the full moon, and I put my energy into you, so maybe that'll help. He doesn't know. He doesn't fucking know. Like, he doesn't know my human design. He doesn't fucking know, like, that well, I mean, it's obvious that, I mean, if I was manifesting here, I mean, the guy I want would obviously be all over me right now. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he does know that I clearly have not been able to manifest that, which is like, obviously if I had the love of my life with me, I wouldn't even call him over for anything or talk to him really. So that's been interesting, but like, how is he gonna just say this shit? You know what I mean? That's like such an indication that, and he doesn't even like, you know what I mean? He's not spiritual. Like, how's he? It's the full moon. Like, oh yeah, you should try manifesting today since I gave you some energy. Like, I've only been reading about this stuff for like a week or two, realizing, trying to get to what the fuck is the problem here. So, I don't know. If any of this helps y'all out there watching this video, my key leaving factors for this video would be find out your human design, heal your mother wound. Two very important things. I'd say heal that mother wound regardless, because like I said, men that treat you like shit are doing that because of your mother wound. Has nothing to do with a father wound. Probably got to heal that too, but so far, so good with the mother wound, right? I'm also going to be doing some other stuff. I also intend that I'm going to be doing a womb clearing out anybody that's been there, clearing out trauma, clearing out guilt, shame, blame, which I did touch a little bit upon in that guided meditation. So, if you're thinking, hey, I want to heal my mother wound, what do I do? Listen to my guided meditation. I did slip up on a couple of words, and there was a little background noise, but it is still super powerful. The intention was there, so the word slip up doesn't matter. The intention was channeling, and some motorcycles in the background ain't gonna stop this healing spirit, yo. Am I right or am I right? So, y'all, I hope this was of some benefit to you. Start a conversation in the comments. Have you healed your mother wound? You know what I'm talking about? Did you feel a big shift? And please, if you do my meditation, oh my God, tell me what happens. Like, for real. Like, I just want all of us women to not have to live through dealing with shitty fucking men. That is like my mission. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, for we. So, I got you, sistren. All right, I'm gonna go. This video has been long. I got some stuff I gotta do, but thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I hope June is a great month for you, or whenever you're seeing this.